So recently, I got a call from this gentleman who has been married for 16 years, and he had some questions and some intimacy concerns, a lot of them regarding his relationship with his wife. However, when he told me everything, and I asked him, "Have you told your wife your concerns?" He said, "No, I haven't." When I asked why, he said he was afraid of her reaction. And so 16 years go by, and this individual has some specific concerns, some thoughts, some things that are preventing him from connecting deeper with her, from doing more things with her intimately, and from accessing the sex life that they could achieve, just because he's afraid of her reaction. And this is wild. And while I appreciate that he trusted his information, his vulnerability with me, I definitely encouraged him to have the conversation with his wife, because ultimately, who can fix this is him and his wife. He needs to tell her all the things that he told me that he hadn't told her in 16 years. And he is not the only one. So many times we are in relationships, and I did that in my past life. We are in relationships in which we are not forthcoming, and we are not truthful with who we are, what we need, what we want. Sometimes we don't know that for ourselves, but sometimes we know, and we're just so afraid of the reaction of the rejection that we just keep it to ourselves, and then it creates problems. And there's a lot of dissatisfaction that ensues out of just the fear of sharing information with a partner. So I told him part of the deal is that you should be able to trust your partner. You should be able to speak your truth. You should be able to share, to be transparent, and to be honest. And so if you feel like that can't be part of the deal, then you need to be asking deeper questions about your relationship. I also coach them on how to approach these conversations, because a lot of times it is about the how you say it and not necessarily what you say. But again, this is so typical that I see this a lot. It's happened to me before as well, that we hold this information to ourselves and we think we're going to work this through and this is going to work itself out. And it doesn't happen that way. It just creates more and more pain, more and more frustration, more and more chaos, and sometimes toxicity and dysfunction. So if you can't trust your partner to tell them what's in your heart, to tell them what you want, what you need in a relationship, in my case, as it pertains to sex, but this can be extrapolated to anything else, then you need to be asking yourself deeper questions about yourself, about your partner, and about the relationship.